Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. As you can see, I've had breakfast this morning, but now I'm about to go for a run. So I'm having some fruit as just a little energy boost. So hopefully I don't run a 7-minute fastest mile. I'm also doing a little research for an upcoming video about myths, nutrition and weight loss myths. The information on certain topics, specifically the topic of carbohydrates and whether or not high carb or low carb is good, bad, or whatever. While there is some solid data, there's also some things out there that just kind of confuse you if you don't know what you're looking for, if you don't know how to read science. And I think that's very frustrating. I think oftentimes we fight for our own biases rather, and maybe that's what I'm doing as well. But I feel like there's some solid data to show that you get good results and outcomes when you eat a low carb diet, if you're someone who is insulin resistant or have type 2 diabetes. That's what I'm doing this morning, and those were my thoughts. I'm about to go for a run. I've been doing a terrible job lately actually exercising. I might have run a mile like one day this week. I haven't done any weight and resistance training for a couple of weeks. I did walk a couple miles a couple times this week. So, I mean, I'm not completely sedentary, but I definitely need to be more consistent. My face is dreadful, but I'm working on that. I'm going to go get a chemical peel and take you with me. But something broke me out. I think a necklace, the gold necklace that I bought from TikTok shop, broke me out. It's really weird. I just kind of like woke up one day with what looked like a ligature mark, but then a couple days later, it was in a couple of different areas. So it never itched or anything. It was never like red. It was just like dry, scaly. Really weird. I've never really had an adverse reaction to metals or even like costume jewelry or anything. But anyway, what else do we have for today? We may go to an open house if I can convince Peanut to go. And we're going to go to the movies to see Sinners. And then that's probably it. I do have a video to film. Fingers crossed we get that done today. That's pretty much it for the day. After I come back from my run, Peanut has requested pancakes. So I'm going to make him some pancakes and then probably get dressed and hopefully shoot a video and then get ready to head out for the day. So I just finished running. I only ran 2 miles, 2 slow miles. I definitely need to be more consistent. My mile pace is going to improve. My husband. So after I finished my run, I was talking to my husband, and he sent me this message. It was basically like, hey, I came across this nutritionist that said this, and it made me think of you because you used to say this. That really irritates me. But anyway, basically, it was about maltodextrin. So people will often ask me, what kind of protein powder do you use? And I will say none. I don't use protein powders. The reason I don't is because number one, it's ultra processed, right? And I also know that it contains ingredients that I try to stay away from, specifically maltodextrin, which we'll talk about a little bit more shortly. But it also contains like artificial sweeteners, which some artificial sweeteners aren't bad. But I just, in general, try to stay away from them. So he sent this article that was talking about how whey protein isolate powders contain maltodextrin. Maltodextrin is a starch. So it's basically a starch like bread, rice, pasta, cereal, etc. And if you are insulin resistant, type 2 diabetic, or even a type 1 diabetic, and you're trying to control your blood sugar, maltodextrin is not a winning strategy. Unfortunately, maltodextrin is found in not just protein powders, but it can also be found in things like some certain supplements. So certain vitamins can contain maltodextrin. I think they use it, I don't know, they use it to adjust the texture of the, or maybe even as an agent to keep it together, basically, a binding agent. I'm not really sure. But anywho, maltodextrin can be found in protein powders, other vitamins, supplements. It can also be found in seasonings. So if you go to the store and you buy like a pre-made taco seasoning or chili seasoning, or I think it's also in certain ranch dressing seasoning packets. Hold on, I gotta flip my pancakes. Oh no, other spatula. My pancakes are all stuck together. Anyway, what was I saying? Yeah, certain seasoning packets can contain maltodextrin. So again, I don't use protein powders because they're ultra processed. They contain, I try to stay away from in general. And I tried my best to get my protein from food, which becomes a challenge because I just don't feel like eating enough to get 150 plus grams of protein every day. So yeah, that's my struggle, my challenge. Do all protein powders contain maltodextrin? Not necessarily. You would definitely need to read the nutrition labels. There are some, I want to say there's some vegetarian or vegan protein powders that don't contain maltodextrin, but don't quote me on that. So this is why I don't use protein powders, and this is why I think you should be careful if you are insulin resistant or type 2 diabetic using protein powders, because you definitely have to read the labels and actually spike your blood sugar, cause your insulin to go higher, make your insulin resistance worse, and actually fight against what you're actively trying to do, which is lose weight and control your blood sugar. So for the same reason, I've started to make pancakes from scratch. I think I've shared the recipe before in a previous vlog. But yeah, these are chocolate chip pancakes. I always want egg. I think I'm gonna make myself.
No, 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 no. No, 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 no.
I didn't know it was a real song.
It sounds like Fetty Rock. No?
It does, but it's Future.
Future.
I don't really like Future.
You're being recorded saying that Dad heard you.
Huh?
You're being recorded saying that Dad heard you.
That I don't like Future? Oh, okay.
One of my nails popped off. I did a little at-home manicure. I hate this color. This is not the color I wanted, but I didn't have the color I wanted, nor did I have any polish remover at the time. So this pretty much stayed on for a week, but we're gonna take it off when I get home and we're gonna do my nails. I basically bought this little kit. So they're like basically gel, like press-ons. And obviously it comes with this little curing lamp. But yeah, one of them had popped off, so I had to put it back on. But when I come home, I'm gonna change the polish on it because I don't like it. And I have time now. I had some work last week, so I was unable to fix it. But yeah, I even bought one of those little kind of drill, I don't know what you call it. It's like a little power drill buffer thingy. What is this? I can't remember where I got this from. I think I bought it from actual Sally's. Yeah. So I'm gonna finish curing this. I'm gonna finish my cup of black coffee, and then I'm gonna go get dressed so we can go to see the movies. I don't really know what I wanna wear today. I want to be comfortable, and I thought about wearing something that was sleeveless, but I can't go to the movies with no sleeves. I'm gonna freeze. So when I just kind of want to be comfy but still look put together, I usually go with like a button down. And I've been wearing those full leather shorts a lot lately. I'm not really in the mood to wear them today. I don't know what I'm gonna wear. But I'm pretty sure I'm gonna go in there, like, pull out some jeans or something and throw something on, and we're gonna call it a fit and be happy with it. As a matter of fact, I think I'm probably just gonna go ahead and throw on my usual uniform of tank, jeans, loafers, and navy blazer. I think that's probably what we're gonna do. Mules, and this is the bag. Maybe can you reach those blue corn up top?
Are you talking to me?
Yeah.
What'd you say?
Can you grab the blue corn up top? Can you hold that? We'll get a Cabernet. So I want a rosé. It's not sparkling. We'll go with this one. Okay, what do we think?
Where are we going now?
Home.
Oh,
What do we think?
this is good. This is great.
Rating.
I'll give it a 9.
9.
Good.
What was good about it?
I like the soundtrack and everything.
That's not the only thing that was good about it. What about the movie part?
It was good. That's what I'm saying. Like,
We actually
it was
liked
just
the
good all
story.
around.
It had good acting. Yeah, it was good.
Chicken job.
So, as we were leaving, I recognized that Peanut had on Gucci slides, I had on a Gucci handbag and Gucci shoes. And I was like, I'm really glad my kids don't care about this stuff. They really don't. They don't have to have like name brand clothes. They will just happily wear something from Target. And when I was growing up, wearing things from Target or Goodwill or Walmart, it was like, ugh, you know. We were very much brought up in the 80s, 90s, where labels were like a big thing. But he was basically like, yeah, I don't need that because, you know, when you got money, you don't have to show people you got money. He was obviously, you know, being funny. Are you laughing at me? Oh. But it really made me think, like, it's okay, why do I have these labels? I don't feel like I have the labels because I want people to know that I have the labels, because for a long time I wouldn't even share it. Like, I would wear them out, but I would even hide them from social media. So I don't know. It made me think, like, I think the reason first of all, I've already told you the story about why I love handbags. And I love handbags because, you know, it felt like when I was growing up, it was something that I couldn't have. So just to have a designer handbag, a Dooney and Burke bag, or, you know, the Louis Vuitton Speedy bag, like that was something that I couldn't have. So when I was able to grow up and have it, then that's what I did. And then it turned into kind of buying luxury. So instead of buying a bunch of inexpensive bags for, you know, just to be able to change out my bag or for, you know, different occasions or for to wear with different outfits, instead of buying a bunch of little cheap bags, I thought, maybe I'll buy a bag that I can invest in, keep forever, pass down, or if I decide, sell it and essentially get my money back. So I don't think I buy labels or wear labels for the sake of showing other people that I have labels. I think it comes from not being able to have it when I was younger, but it also feels like an investment almost. Maybe I'm just lying to myself. Maybe I'm psyching myself out. I don't know. You let me know what you think. So I'm about to make some guacamole so we can have some chips and guacamole, and then also some shrimp tacos. Yeah, I'm not doing a good job of keeping the carbs low, actually. Yeah. I don't know. Some would argue that it's not even necessary, but anyway. So I actually also picked up a 0 proof Cabernet. This is by the brand Ariel. And yeah, it's alcohol removed wine. I've had this brand before. I like it. It's probably one of the better red wines or red alcohol free wines anyway. So we're about to have dinner. I'm about to cook some shrimp tacos. I have my alcohol free wine and I have some guacamole that I just made. And we're going to have some blue corn tortilla chips. And I'm burning my tortillas right now. Okay, just kidding. They're not burned. I came back to tell you something though. What was I going to tell you? Yes, I keep mentioning I'm struggling. I think the reason I'm struggling so much is because I don't have a why. I don't have a purpose, a goal, a desire that gets me weight training or walking. Like I think, thankfully, I don't suffer from like any metabolic disorders that I'm aware of. So yeah, and even though I live a fairly healthy lifestyle, I just don't have a why right now. So I really need to get a why. In my book, I talk about why it's important to have a why because a why will basically keep you going even when you're not interested, even on the days where you don't feel motivated or you don't have any energy. And I think that's really what I'm struggling with. I don't have a why. So I really need to get a why so I can get more consistent with my eating and exercising. Or maybe losing weight is just not really my goal. Maybe weight maintenance is my goal. But I still need a why to make sure that I actually follow through with the plan every day. So that's what I'm going to be working on, my why. But anyway, I'm going to leave you here and finish up dinner. And we're going to enjoy some chips and guacamole and some shrimp tacos. And I'm going to see you in the next one. Make sure you hit the like button if you learned anything new. Make sure you subscribe if you think I'm a vibe. I know, I'm sorry, I borrowed that from someone else. And make sure you hit the notification bell so you never miss an upload. We upload every Sunday. Okay, bye.